Hello and welcome and thanks for joining me again. And in this video I just thought I'd show you how it is I prepare my hemp seed for fishing, whether that be for carp or barbel or any other coarse species. I try and follow a sort of similar method. So as tomorrow is the opening day of the season on the rivers, I've started to prepare a big batch of hemp so I can take that with me tomorrow to fish for my barbel. And basically what I've done is I've got a big stock pot. This is an 8 litre stock pot. I use it for loads of different stuff and just make sure I give it a good washing out after I've used it every time. And to that I added a sort of good big batch of hemp, and I topped it up with water, as you can see, and I've been leaving that to soak since about 4 or 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And what I'm going to do is basically boil it now for about half an hour to 40 minutes on a really hard boil. I haven't added anything to this, and that's really important at this stage. There's various things, as you can see here, that I'm going to add to it, but I think it's just important just to leave it to soak overnight. You do get sort of like a scummy layer, you can just about see that on there, and if you're being really picky you can sort of ladle it off as you're going along the cooking process, but I'm not too fussed, to be honest with you. So once I've cooked that, I will add a couple of things to that, and one of the most important things is salt. Now this is really crucial, top tip: do not add salt to it when it's soaking or before you've cooked it, because it just will not split. Salt toughens the skins on it, so it's important to add that afterwards. A couple of other things you can add to it: I'm going to add some hemp oil to it, just to really bring out that sort of hempy flavour to it and make a really good slick in the river when it's going in my feeder. You can add bicarbonate of soda to it as well, and that gives it the sort of seeds a really nice sort of sheeny black colour. And then also whatever bait you're using, you can complement that with the glugs you've got. So I'm going to be using Berkeley Gulp red crustacean boilies tomorrow and a few other different bits and bobs, so it just seems sensible to just drop a bit of that in. It adds a bit of the scent to the water and can really sort of draw the fish out. So other things you can add to it: you can add sort of chili oil, chili flakes, garlic powder, anything really, you know, just to complement what you're already doing. So give it a go yourself. It's a really cost-effective method rather than buying it in individual buckets and tubs and stuff, which can get pretty pricey. But you know, you're limited by your own imagination really, so give it a go. So that's the hemp cooked, and now it's just time to add the sort of finishing touches to it, as I mentioned earlier on. Immediately after I'd finished boiling it, I added the bicarbonate of soda and the salt, and I've actually drained this hemp now. I don't need the liquid today, but you could use it to mix ground bait with, or spod mixers, or you know, keep it and freeze it for loads of different uses, but just for today's sake I've not bothered. So really just a bit of red crustacean glug in there. I've already added some already, so I just add a little bit and try and avoid getting some of my glugged baits in it. So it's lovely and sticky, and it's got a really strong sort of potent garlicky kind of flavour to it, so that'll really add a good scent trail. And a little bit of the Berkeley Gulp hemp oil, and again, like I said, I've already added a bit to this, but you know, it doesn't hurt to add a little bit more in there, just to give the seeds a little bit of a sheen and a little bit more of an oil slick in the water tomorrow. So yeah, so I'll mix that in now, stick the lid on my tub, and it's all ready to rock and roll tomorrow.